Hello bros, in this video we are going to create this ripple effect on the button. You can see you can do it on the cards also. I'm sure that you have seen this and wanted to try it out. So let's do that in this video. So let's start the styling. So let's style the box quickly. Style, styles, dot box. So, so width we can have it 200, height same, and the background color would be color store primary. Okay. Uh, okay. Now shadow offset uh, with 0 and height would be 2. Shadow color be hashtag 2c 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 and shadow opacity is 0.3. Okay. And shadow radius we can have 8. So this looks good. So our box is completed. Now we want to like show the ripple. So we have to do the tap gesture here. So let's import the gesture detector first and make it as animated component. Import the animated from Reanimated. Okay. Now provide the gesture as a tap. Now we will create the tap gesture here. So tap gesture dot tap. Okay. Now it provides us the method which is on start, and it gives us the event, and we can check if it is working or not. Console.log. So on tap, print the event. So let's check it on tap. It is providing us the event. Okay. So for the ripple effect, we will create a circle inside this box. So animated view, so that we can expand that circle wherever we tap, when, and we can expand the circle to the box. Okay. So animated view style. Let's create the animated style. Animated. Sorry. What is animated? Animated circle. Okay. So let's create const animated circle. Use animated style from React Native Reanimated, and this would return all the styles. Okay. So let's take the circle radius first. Const radius. So radius would be, let's make it 30 for now, and const, so the radius is 30, so width would be 60. Okay, so we can do it as radius multiplied by 2, and can also have the height same. What is happening? Width, height. Okay. Now we can provide the style here. So width would be width and height. And for creating this circle, it will like create the uh, square. So for circle, we have to provide the radius, border radius. Border radius would be radius. Okay. And provide the background color. Background color we can give colors to it, secondary. Okay, the circle is done. So now we have to like make it here on the top so that when we click on this, then the circle expands. Otherwise, this space would be empty. So for that, we will make it absolute, and top would be 0 and left would be 0. Okay, and uh, we can transform it as when we tap here, the circle should be here. When we tap here, the circle should be here. So we can transform it as let's make it a const translate x would be okay. So when we tap here, then the circle should be here. So let's create the shared values. Const for translate x would be use shared value. First make it 0, and same for the y. For translate y. Now when we tap on the circle, then translate x dot value when we tap on the circle, then translate x dot value should be event dot we can get the x from here. Okay, so event dot x, and for uh, translate y, same event dot y. Now we can use this value here. So translate x would be translate x dot translate x dot value. Okay, I cannot have some. Okay, we can directly use this translate x here. Okay, transform the translate x dot value, and for the y, same translate y dot value. Okay, now let's check it if it is working. Okay, so when we click here, this comes here. Okay, but the arrow should be on the center of the circle. So for that we have to remove the radius of the circle from x and y. Okay, so let's check if that works. This is simple calculation. Radius, if we remove the radius, Okay, let's check. Okay, so it's coming in the middle of the x, and if we remove the radius from y, then okay, on tap the circle is working fine. Okay, now what we want to do, when click on this circle, it should expand. The scale should be up. Okay, so let's take one more concept, scale, and use shade value as 0. Okay, and on the tab, let's update the scale value with timing. With timing, it should go to 1, and the duration should be like, let's make it 1 minute, 1 second. So the value initially should be 0. Let's make a scale here and provide the scale dot value. Okay, now initially it should be 0. So on tab, scale dot value, first make it 0, then we will update the value with the time. Okay. So on click, right, it is working fine. So if we like increase the radius, okay, let's take the opacity also, opacity to 0.2. Okay, okay, it is working fine, but the area is like it should cover the whole area here. So the radius should be like whenever I click on this, so the ripple will come till here. Okay, so for that the radius should be uh, equal to the diagonal of this square. Okay, so for that, how can we calculate the diagonal? It's a simple math. It's the square of this width and the square of the height, and square root of the both. Okay, so let's calculate the radius here. So math dot square root of width. But how would we know the width? Okay, so currently the box width is 200. Okay, but the width can be like according to your like requirement. So we can check the width dynamically here. So for that, we would take we will take one reference const box box ref, okay, box ref, and we will use the reference from use animated ref. Okay. Now we can provide the ref here, box ref, and the reanimated provide us the one function to measure the dynamically measure the height and width of the circle. So const box layout. So what will give us measure and measure we can pass the box ref here. Okay, so now we will get the height and width of the box. So now the width should be like the width should be the we are using the animated view, so we have to take the width as shared value. Okay, let's make it box width, use shared value, make it 0, box height, make it 0 first, So if we are having box layout, okay, if box layout is not null, then width, box width dot value should be box layout dot width. It provides us the width and height and page x, page y. So for now we need only width and height. Okay, so let's box height dot value equals to box layout dot height. Okay, so let's check it if it is like giving us the like correct width. Okay, console.log. So the width should be uh, 200 and height should also be 200. Okay, because we have already defined here 200, so it should print the 200 only. Right? Let's make it 34 now again. Okay, so it is giving the box layout and height is 200 and width is also 200. Okay, so now we can calculate the radius, the diagonal. Okay, so math out square root of box width dot value square plus box height square dot value square. Okay, now let's check when we click on this. So it is covering the whole area here. Okay, the ripple is working fine. Now we have to fix the circle. It is going outside this box. So for that, we can use the overflow property here, overflow, and make it hidden. Okay, okay, but the shadow of this has been gone. Okay, so this is working, right? And whenever I click, the ripple is working fine, right? So, but the shadow has gone. So what we can do to fix it, we can create a view here and put it here. Let's make it as box view and styles dot box view, and we can provide the shadow to this box view. Let's see if it works fine. Okay, okay. Now whenever I click, and we can increase the opacity a little bit. Okay, so it is working fine, but now we have to like make this opacity as 0 again, opacity is 1 again, as the ripple effect ends, the opacity should be 1. Okay, so okay, not 1, it should be 0. Okay, 0.3. Okay, now we can create one more opacity view shade value 0, and so we are doing the on start here, and now we can use on finish method here, on finalize. Okay, so on finalize, what we can do, we can make the opacity dot value to go back to 0 with timing. Okay, so and pass the opacity here, the circle. Okay, opacity, okay, opacity dot value. Okay, let's see. when we click. Okay, opacity is one initially. It is not working. Why it is not working? Opacity dot value initially is 0. Okay, and tap. So let's see on finalize. It is coming into this or not. On finalize. Okay, it is printing box layout. It's coming in on finalize, but the values are changing with time. Okay, it's working weird. Gives an effect. And on tap, let's make opacity dot value also 0.3. It is giving the effect. Okay, okay. Do we have to provide the duration here? I don't think so. Okay, right. It is working fine now. So make it 0.3. Right. Now you can see the ripple effect is looking good, and we can provide the border radius to it also. If this looks good, check. Right, 10. Right. Now when we click on this here, it is giving us the good ripple effect. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope that helps. Thanks.